farmers, and welcome back to Goldcrest Valley, bringing the T9 New Holland along with our planter. Going to put that away. We're going to be grabbing the case tractor and the bridle spreader, which I got to fill up with some lime, and head to our new wheat field, the big field. We got to spread lime in that. See if we can also get some fertilizer into that field today as well. Want to get that all done before the crop grows any taller. Before, I don't want to be destroying the crop if I can help it. We also need to take care of some weeds as well. The canola field that we planted, which used to be a grass field, we got to take care of that. And yeah, that's what we're kind of got on schedule for today. Let me back up the T9 here, I suppose. All right, let's get on out and grab our case. I even forgot, this is the Case Pro. I think this is an old-time favorite from the old versions of Farming Simulator. All right, quickly. Hopefully, I don't need to come back and fill it back up. All depends on how bad the field is. We did do the soil sampling in that field, right? Yeah, of course we did. I thought so. Thought we did, but I don't want to get started and get up there and be like, this seems kind of weird, and be like, oh yeah, you thought you did the soil sampling, but you haven't. But no, we've done it. We're all set. So I just got done spraying the rest of the fields with weeds in them, other than the big canola field that we got to do here later on. So all the other fields are taken care of. Just got to spray that field, and then next month we'll have the corn field that we just planted that last episode. So that's got to grow, and of course we'll take care of the weeds in that field next month. And that is pretty much all we got to do in May. It's not going to be until June. I should double check on the alfalfa and clover. I should be able to mow that. How late is that season? Oh yeah, we can go all the way to July on that, so we're good. Yeah, I don't want to lease the mower just to do the alfalfa and clover, and then have to do it again a month later before our grass field's ready. So might as well wait until the grass field's ready and do them all together. Now, this is the first growth stage, so we're not going to hurt the wheat at all. Make sure this is on, I think it's going to be on widespread. I don't think I actually have a choice on the bridle spreader, do I? No, I do not. So it is what it is. It's not like the other spreader where we can make it wider or narrower, so it is what it is. Let's go ahead and put that away. So I will be able to see where I've been. It's a little difficult to see, but not too hard. Yeah, with precision farming, and this is where I kind of get goofed up from the base game to precision farming. On the base game, you can only spread lime, unless they've changed it. It's been a while since I've done lime on the base game. But yeah, you can only spread lime before the crop has grown. Once the crop has grown in the base game, you can't spread lime, but with precision farming, you can. I don't know why they allow us to do it one way or the other. Have no idea, but it's the way it is. So if we can do it, we're going to go ahead and do it. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'll turn that off so I don't waste any just in case, but I'm going to get a headland done around here. That way, just give me some room to turn around. And how big is this field really? It's been a long time since I've done anything in this field. Of course, way back in FS17, which now seems like ages ago when you say it. FS19 came out in October or November of 2018, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't playing on Goldcrest Valley that late. I know the last couple months of FS17 I was like on the Pacific Northwest, and I also believe I was on Rattlesnake Valley. Didn't really make any episodes. I don't think I made any episodes on my channel of FS17. I don't think I did. I may have. I may be mistaken there. But that's pretty much when I started doing videos back then. But I started making videos not because of Farming Simulator, but because of Farmer's Dynasty, which is a series that seemed like a long time ago as well. But yeah, this should be a pretty darn good harvest. I mean, we did, this field was like, what, $480,000, somewhere around there. But the good thing is, it already had a crop into it. So we saved ourselves maybe $3,000 or $4,000 worth of seed that we have to put into it. Plus fuel and wear and tear on our equipment. But we should get a good yield off this field this year because, as crop rotation says, it's been fallow and fallow and now has wheat into it. But apparently crop rotation does not take into consideration what the NPCs have done in the fields the previous years. Actually, I can probably look in the field in front of us. Actually, it doesn't even show me the crop rotation. So I guess with crop rotation, you got to own the field before it even calculates what's in it. And if you buy the field, this is going to say the previous 2 years, I guess had nothing in it. Well, that works out to our benefit because the crop rotation ends at 115%. So it should be a good yield of wheat. But we won't benefit from that until we sell the grain, of course, in the wintertime. And as I said, I think when we harvest this field, we'll probably, if we don't have a bigger trailer by then, we'll probably lease one because our trailer that holds 24,000 liters, something like that. I mean, the farm is not too far from this field. But then again, it's not just right around the corner either, so I'll be going back and forth quite a bit. And so maybe time to lease a trailer. And maybe I'll time it and we'll be harvesting a whole bunch of fields, so we'll put it to our benefit to have it. And since we have the Volvo truck, it just makes it that much easier to transport it back and forth as well. Now here we are buying the biggest field on the map after not many episodes ago, and I think I repeated myself 2 or 3 times in those episodes. Yeah, we're not going to buy any more fields, but I was just sitting there with that $500,000 staring me in the face like, what do you want to do with it? And since we don't earn interest on the money in the bank with the money that we have, might as well spend it on something. And not that it matters too much in Farming Simulator or in games in general. Well, maybe some games it does. But Farming Simulator is kind of weird in the sense that when you loan money or take money from the bank, they charge you interest on the money that you borrow. But when you have your own money and you're not borrowing from the bank, it's yours, you don't get no interest on the money that you have. But of course, as we all know, with banks, when you owe them money, the interest rate is usually on the high end. And when you have money in an account yourself, you don't get as much interest on that money as it is when it's the other way around. But that's the way the world works. But yeah, just sitting there with $500,000, I'm like, yeah, let's spend it on something. I mean, we got the equipment pretty much to handle a field this big, other than a drill, a seed drill. But I've been leasing the Avatar from the Horse DLC, and been pretty happy with that. But next year, if there is a next year, I know it's going to be kind of weird saying that. I mean, this might be the last year of Goldcrest Valley, because I just don't have any more goals I want to achieve on this. I mean, we're going to be doing the corn chaff later this year. But sitting around and waiting for, like, the forage harvester to come up for sale, it may never. I mean, we're in year 6, and I've yet to buy a mower of any sorts. Mowers have come up for sale, but not the ones we were looking for at the time. So, I mean, I could be sitting here waiting to buy a forage harvester forever. Same thing with a grain trailer. I'm kind of glad we bought the grain trailer that we did when it came up for sale. Back then, that was pretty much 24,000 liter trailer. That was great. And ever since then, maybe a year or 2 after that, it's like, okay, we could use a bigger grain trailer. And we really haven't seen one come up for sale. I wonder how the sale items actually work, how it's coded in the game. Is it just an RNG coding? Or, random number generator? Does it just randomly pick things? Or is it true to the fact where it seems like a couple of times where we've leased things, and then within 24-hour period or 1 month time, we see it come up for sale? Well, it looks like I'm going to have to go back to the farm and top off with some lime. And by the looks of things, because, I'm about a third of the way done with the field, I'm going to have to go back a couple of times. And that's okay. Lime's not that expensive, and we got the cash. Yeah, I'm still going to hold on to both John Deere tractors. I'm not going to sell them unless I really need the money. I mean, the 9RT is a really nice tractor to have on the farm. So is the 8230. Just that the 8230 has a lot of hours on it. That's about the only thing really kind of on the downside of it right now. Sounds kind of weird saying a tractor with under 100 hours has a lot of hours on it, because in real life that's like a season. Even that. But yeah, it's got a lot of hours on it. It's what is it, like a 250 horsepower tractor currently, and I think for $70,000 more, $80,000 more, I think we could have boosted it to like a 350, something like that. But now we got this tractor right here, which is a 350, and it was much cheaper to get the tractor and upgrade it. Plus, only has 24 hours on it. But I mean, if we need the cash, like right now, if a Ford Harvester came up for sale, and it was, you know, 200 grand to buy it, I would sell the 9RT. I think the 8230 does, you know, I think we're going to get like 20 grand for it at most, it seems like. Don't think I'll make it down to the other end, but I might be surprised. So I think originally when we got this field, before we did soil sampling and before we put the lime down, I think the yield was at 79% in that corner. So I'll have to keep going to that corner because I want to make sure I'm in the same section that we're looking at. I don't want to be on a different soil type. And of course, after doing the soil sampling, we did, I mean, we knew the pH value and the nitrogen value was going to be bad. So we're taking care of it. So we've gone from 79%. And after putting down the lime and the soil sampling, we are now, well, we're up to 82%. Since the yield potential is 89, must be really bad soil here. Silty clay. I think that's probably the worst soil we could have here. But I think after we fertilize it, we might be, you know, up in the upper 90s, maybe close to 100%. So, I mean, that'll be better. And I'm pretty sure on other parts of the field we'll see better results than that. But I need to go back to the farm. I need to top off with some lime. Come on back and I'll continue what I'm doing. And I'll see you when I get near the end. And then we'll go ahead and we'll start getting rid of the rest of the weeds down by the canola field. And we also got to take care of the cows today because they need some straw. And I'm pretty sure they would love some more hay in their feed trough. Well, the way it seems like it's going to be is I got very little left to do, but then I got very little left of the lime. I'm probably going to go back and just get 1,000 liters or so. I may actually have some back at the main farm. I kind of forgot about that. I don't remember if I've taken those pallets or not, but I can go ahead and grab those just to get rid of them. Now, one more pass, I would have been done, but I think I'm going to be short. And we'll get the field done because, well, we want the best yield as possible. Can I at least make it to the end of the row? Nah, I'm not going to make it to the end of the row. All right, back to the farm. I'll see if those pallets are there. And if not, I'll get at least 2,000 liters of lime. And that should cover the rest of the field here. I was trying to see... It seemed like we had a lot of sandy loam everywhere on this field here. Oh, yeah, a whole bunch of it. Or silty clay, sorry. Let's see, we got a little bit of the loam in the middle. What does loam do for us on yield? Well, the loam looks really good because yield potential is 125. I think once we get the nitrogen down, that may be up to like 141. So it's kind of weird that we can go from 100, like it might be 141, and then just go a few feet, and it might be like 95, 98% or whatever it is. But that's soil sampling for you. All right, let's head back to the farm, see if those pallets are there. And if not, well, we'll just grab a couple thousand liters out of the seed hut and come back and finish this off. And then we can return the Breedle spreader, because that is leased. Well, the 2 pallets are there. I do believe these are lime. Yeah, run them over. Yes, they are. So, are these 2,000 liter pallets or 1,000 liter pallets? I don't remember. Yeah, that should be more than enough to cover us. Perfect. Get rid of the pallets. In the meantime, whoop. Now let's put the cover back down. Let's head back and finish off that field for lime. And then we'll have to come back. I gotta find my fertilizer spreader. I quickly looked for it when I logged on, and it's not at the main farm. It's not down the cow barn. So it must be up at the sheep pen. Maybe I left it up there thinking I was going to do the clover and alfalfa field next. It better be up there, because after that, then I'm really have to go look for it. Like I said, this should cover the field, I hope. Let's get down to this end and get it all cut. I hope it's not going to leave like one tiny little piece. Numbers are going down quick. Guess it all depends on what soil I'm on as well. And I'm left with just a little bit left there. How bad is the yield without the lime here? So we're looking at 83%, and where there is no lime, we're down to 77%. Alright, I'm going to go grab some lime. I'll be back in a second. I only need like, what, 300, 400 liters? I better be able to finish it with 354 liters, so I just quickly went add and then stopped. Didn't even cost $100. And it helps if you actually cover the field that you want to cover. Ooh, looks like I got just enough. There's going to be some spots, it looks like I didn't quite stretch it out, and I don't think the sensor is going to see that it needs to be spread there, but we'll try. Yeah, it does not sense it needs to be there. Alright, so that is the field lime spread. I'm just going to go ahead and return it. 133 liters left in it. I'm not too worried about it. I don't think I get any return on leased items if like seed, fertilizer, or material like that is left in it. So let me just go ahead and return that. Yeah, I get absolutely nothing in return for that, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, I'm gonna drive the case back to the farm, main farm, and the Massey Ferguson is already down by the cow barn at the field, ready to go. We're gonna spray some weeds, and then we're gonna take care of the cows, and then we're gonna go play an Easter egg hunt because it is April, and we're gonna see if we can find my fertilizer spreader, and then we'll come back on and start fertilizing this field and really take care of it, and that will wrap up the month of April for us. It looks like we got a lot of weeds down here in this field, but we'll take care of them. Probably take me, I don't know, like 6, maybe 7 passes at the most. I got plenty of herbicide, at least I should have. 600 liters should be more than enough to take care of a field like this, because it only sprays where the weeds are. Yeah, I'm hoping the fertilizer spreader is up at the sheep. I hope I didn't sell it or return it by accident or something like that, but I assume it's up there. Yeah, I think, like I said, after we get done what we're doing, I think we are done with the month of April. We can move on to May. And May is going to be a quick month as well, since we don't have any grass work to do until, what did I say, June? Yeah, it should be June. Because that grass field is growing. It's not ready for harvest. It'll be ready for harvest in May. So June, they'll be at its full height. So yeah, May is just going to be like a skippable month. This, make sure all the animals are taken care of. Spray the corn, feel the weeds. And then June, if we don't have a mower by then, we'll lease one. And we're going to make hay, of course, in that grass field and in the alfalfa and clover field. We're going to sell the small alfalfa field. That field's just way too small to really do anything with anymore. In the beginning, it was cheap, and we just had a little bit of money, and I was just shooting for any field that we could have, just so we can get more crop and get some money off the fields. But at this stage in where we're at, we don't need that kind of a small field. It's more of a nuisance in some sense of taking care of that field, so we're just going to go ahead and sell it. I actually thought about, at one point, getting rid of the field itself. I mean, keeping the lot of land, but getting rid of the field and put down a couple of those seasonal log cabins like we have down by the big cornfield. Actually, it'd be right across the street from it, and just earn some money off of it. But yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and just sell the land. Going to have a lot of harvesting to do this season, since last year this was a grass field, so of course we weren't in the class try-on harvester, but yeah, it'll be our first time harvesting this field with a harvester. And then of course now we got the big wheat field that we were just in, and we'll be back in here very shortly. I was kind of thinking before I bought that field and did last episode, I was kind of thinking of buying the field in front of us, and maybe the one after that as well, and just making it all one big field. But yeah, doing big fields, as I've said that many times, it's as for doing a recording and making a video out of it, you end up just jump cutting a lot of it anyways. So by splitting up the fields and by having different crops, and plus I wanted to get up to a different part of the map that we don't go to that often, I figured the bigger field was probably better. Plus, a few of you wanted me to buy the bigger field a while ago, and if you're still around, well, now we own it. Yeah, so far I've gone through 100 liters of herbicide, so I have more than enough to get this field done. And I may even have enough to get the cornfield done next month as well. I think I've only, well, I may have filled this up twice. Well, I filled up when we originally got it, and I think I was at a half a tank maybe a year or so ago, and I topped it off then. So yeah, we're just not going through the herbicide as much, but that's what you expect. Alright, so a few more passes and we can move on to feeding the cows. And then we'll take a trip on up to the sheep pen and see if the fertilizer spreader is up there. Almost like the row of shame when you're harvesting. We got a little section here that we got to take care of. But then this field will be completely free of weeds, at least for another season. Yeah, I think I got plenty of herbicide to get the cornfield done next month. But I may put some more into it because I got to go back to the farm anyways, once we find the fertilizer spreader. But I'll take another look over here at the cows when we are feeding them and giving them straw, just to make sure it's not here. And get the corner here, and that is the weeds taken care of for the month. Alright, we'll grab a straw bale first. Okay, a little bit congested down here a little bit. Someone made a mess down here with a baler and some seed pallets. Let me go ahead and I think I'll grab Can I grab 3 of them? Don't know if I need 3. Kind of glad I got the sprayer on the back, because that's giving me some counterbalance. Well, 1 bale's already gone. Wow, they took all 3 bales. Okay, I was not expecting that. Let's see how the cows are doing on straw. Oh, that's almost perfect. Almost perfect. Let's see. Food, 27,000 liters is about... Alright, so I think if I grab 3 bales of hay, it'll probably do just about the same for us. Almost get us perfectly where we need to be. But it's going to be hard to grab 3 bales. So, not the way we're stacked anyways. Let's see if I can grab 2 over here. And then I'll grab that one lonely one in the other pile. Yeah, I don't see the fertilizer spreader here at all. Let's see what this does to their feed trough. Which is kind of deceiving, because if you look at the middle, it looks like it should be full like that all the way across, but... we'll give them 2 more bales. Give them 2 more bales from the other pile. Just a reminder, we're not running any mods on this series that if the animals run out of food, that they could die, so... But we're going to top them off as much food as we can. And we're just raising beef cattle is what we're doing here. No milk whatsoever. There we go, that's looking better. Yeah, the slurry, we'll have to take care of that. Well, not really. That's taken a while to fill up, isn't it? We've been here 6 years, and I don't think we got the cows until like maybe year 3, possibly. So, I mean, that slurry tank's going to take a while to fill it up. The manure, on the other hand, I could probably do something with that. We can use any kind of trailer that we want. Bring that up to the BGA to be processed. I'm not going to get a manure spreader, I don't think, and use it anywhere. Alright, so the last job for the month is we need to skip on over and see the sheep, see if they know anything about the fertilizer spreader, and then back up to the wheat field and quickly take care of that, because with a working width of 42 meters, it's not going to take too long to get that field done. And I do believe I see it there. Alright, so the way we're going to do this is not drive into the water, hopefully. Hopefully I can raise this up high enough without hitting the ceiling. But at the same time, grabbing the fertilizer spreader. And it's just about a full capacity on the spreader, so we can go right to the field. Actually, let me raise up the forks a little bit more. There we go. Alright, let's go spray some fertilizer on the wheat field. Probably should have my beacons on as we pass the BGA, because I'm pretty sure... Let me go in cab. I'm pretty sure I can't see... actually, we actually can see decently. Better than I thought. But if anything were to jump in front of my tractor, I would not see a darn thing. Or if you climb up over a hill and you can't see the other side. Yeah, can't see a darn thing. Luckily, we don't have to worry about things jumping out in front of us. There's the road. Now we see it. Can't see the railroad crossing, though. Oh, the barriers are up, so... Oh, no, barriers are going down. He's going to go for it. And we made it across. Safety third. Alright. Let's jump out so when I turn on the spreader, at least I can see exactly where we are at. And by spreading the lime first, that should help me out see where I've been a little bit. Plus, we can also do this with precision farming. We turn on the mini-map, and that'll help us out. Start at the far end, I guess. Turn the beacons off. We don't need those anymore. Let me just make sure we are on full working width. And then I got to get that indicator on the spreader itself. Why does that not look like it's at full? Oh, you know why? Because it was probably showing the weed sprayer. I was probably on the weed sprayer, not the fertilizer sprayer. Alright, that working width looks a little bit better. Oh, and in the map, I was like, why is the map showing so good? Yeah, that is interesting, because on the upper left-hand corner, you can see nitrogen levels are not the greatest. So that might be showing me the weeds for the sprayer, because I got the sprayer on. Well, either way, I don't really need the mini-map, because we can see the lime disappearing. So we'll just get rid of that. Don't need it. And of course, as we use up the fertilizer, it'll get lighter and lighter in the front, which would be good for us because, yeah, we were a little bit too heavy in the front. We still got the narrow tires on the Massey Ferguson. And so we don't have the wide tires with weights on it. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and just do a headland around this side and start working our way around. Well, we are quickly burning through the fertilizer, so I'm going to have to head back to the farm and top it off. But before we do, I want to check the value in the corner of the field down here, if I get that far, to see what the final value is, because we started, like I said, at 79%, at least in this corner. And I'm hoping for like 95 to 100%. Let's turn that off there. Jump on out. So what do we got for... Actually, it's 102%, so that's even better than I thought, which is pretty darn good. If I get up to... Let's see, where do I got to go here to get into a better spot? Oh, not that far. We're going to see that jump up to 142% yield in this part of the field. That's not... That's going to be really good harvest. Very, very good harvest. I'm bad at guessing numbers, how much the yield is going to be off this field, because I would say it's like 50% silty clay, which is like the worst. Then we got loam, which seems to be pretty decent. So I have no idea what the expected yield is going to be off this field. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this off in between episodes, fertilizing the field. I'll probably drop off the sprayer and then just put the spreader on the back. Try to make this a little bit more balanced than what it was. I may have to make a few trips, but that's fine. It won't be that long of a job. And then, yeah, but like I said, we can move on to the month of May. Quickly take care of the weeds in the cornfield. Take care of the animals as we move along. And then move on to the month of June, where we'll be cutting grass for the only time this year for alfalfa and clover. And it'll be the first time for our small little hay field. And of course, all the time keeping our eye on the store for whatever may come up for sale. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in Goldcrest Valley. But until then, have a good one. I think I'll just put the sprayer right in here.